Okay. So, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So today we discuss about your project. So problems, positive things, and advices, and etc. So just please just tell us about your activities, how things are going on, and we will try to answer to your questions. Okay.
So, for instance, I would suggest like to talk about the two projects and which are the steps that you made until now, which are the challenges that you face, and which of them you have already solved, and which you are confused or you don't know in which direction to go. So, how can we help? And it's not just a help or a suggestion from the professor or from your mentor or from the company, but also based on the experiences of the other groups that have already made that step and maybe can give own best practices.
Who starts?
Michelangelo,
Okay.
can you talk about your project and if you have already visited the company or when you are planning to visit it?
Just a second, I set up the webcam.
Mhm.
Yeah, we have planned to go to Stevanato on the 6th of December next week.
Okay.
As regarding our application, we dropped the first developer because he was asking for too much money.
Mhm.
But now we have a kind of battle plan for the next prepare for the next developer, because we have Excel file in which we describe every functionality and how the application works, and have because we found out some issues with the first developer for explanation of the functionalities of the application. Very beginning, he made a bid of 12 euros, and we were super happy to give it to him the job, but it turned out that the 12 euros were 12 euros per hour, so it was a little bit out of our budget. So we made a second agreement of 44 euros. The result for the outcome of his work was not sufficient in our opinion, because he basically copied and pasted the Excel file we sent him and the software. So personally, I was quite disappointed, but and the other guys were a little bit calmer than me. And so at the end of the day, we just decided to drop this developer and to look for another one. But nowadays we are definitely how to behave, how to bargain with another developer. The main point is that you have to be very clear from the beginning for what you are going to what you ask, in what you are going to want. Let's say it's quite difficult and tricky to make the developer understand exactly what you want from him. So unless you have a very good I'd say communication skills via Skype and via chat, it's a bit hard maybe to find an arrangement with the developer. Indian people are a bit they don't how can I say, they don't speak too much about the price. Just say, okay, I updated the price for the job, can you create another milestone? and we were like, let's like can you like pay attention to what I'm asking you, because bargain with him, telling him that we have a ceiling on our budget and we could not go beyond 40 euros. Okay, we will discuss it later. We will discuss it later, but afterwards, when we were okay, but have you done your job? We can create another milestone, but yes, that you are going actually to make the thing that we have asked you. He was like, oh no, I cannot do it because you didn't tell me at the very beginning about these new functionalities, and so we didn't want to waste other time with him and to drop him.
Okay. So you find this coded in which country?
From India. From India. Indeed, we have 9 hours of time difference, so we could chat and have a Skype on the morning and until m, because afterwards it would have become too late in India, because after 5 it's 11 p.m. there, so overnight I don't because he was basically always online, always available for chat, and also a bit pushy, honestly, because unless you replied in 2 minutes, he was like, oh, are you online, do you agree? Or I mean, we were discussing, he began very but it was not a big issue, honestly. Maybe better because he was present in the activities, but maybe to arrange as a chat, because we were discussing physically and and we were also discussing with him via webcam. Also because he was asking to us something that we did not already agree among us, so we had first to discuss and pretend to have a client, tell him what we were willing to do.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's true that you have to have a clear idea in mind where is the direction where you are going. But at the same time, as Lorenzo Pomini said last time, like you have to maintain the high expectations from them. Because if you lower the bid during the bargaining process, okay, maybe you can simplify some requests, some aspects of the application, which are, let's say, not the core aspects of the application. In that case, it's okay, in order to like spare time from less or from the periphery aspects of the application, and instead focus on the core one. But at the same time, even if you like are doing a step back in order to meet the requirements, but the quality has to remain very high. Otherwise, they like relax a bit and say, okay, we arranged on it, and I will do just like this. And another consideration is like to give the future perspective from this application, like why he should be incentive to lower the price and however deliver your desired outcome or desired requests in order to create application.
Another thing is that we made 2 bids at the beginning, because one 30 to 250 euros, because we were still wondering how to arrange our budget, and we received a lot of proposals, but were definitely beyond our budget because they were like 150 euros. And we figured out that it was better off to switch bid mode and to use the lowest one. With the lowest one, maybe it's because the application we have to develop is a bit it's quite easy for a developer, but it takes time. They ask for, and And also another thing that Pradeep, our developer, told us that he was not very. I mean, he was interested, but not that much about the payment, about the money. But he was very keen on highlighting that he was asking us basically to give him 5 stars on freelance.com because the reputation weight for people there in that platform. When we were at the beginning, when we were bargaining for the first price, he told us that we can find an arrangement in the. I'm more interested in you giving me a very good feedback because we need a base for our future works, and basically because if they have a very good reviews, many other people will work. So and they will be able to ask more money, of course.
Okay, so please try to negotiate with Stevanato also, so you can show the requirements that you developed and what you discussed with the coder and the prices that you got, and then let's try to negotiate between the coder and the Stevanato now. And so you can say that with the 100 euros or 50 euros, we can do that, and etc.
Yeah, maybe we'll contact the Francesco de Stevanato attaché, maybe that was linked to our job and to our work, and maybe ask him whether we can have something beyond the 50 euros, because maybe we can reach the first step of the application, but to have, for instance, search filters and other features, more time for a developer and also more money for us.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway, so but now you need to move fast, and I know that in a few days now you are going to meet Stevanato, but then you need 1 week.
Yes, but another thing, the developer made the application in 1 day, so
no,
we can.
It's not like maybe he can create the bones of the applications in 1 day, but not the whole application.
Indeed, it was not as we were expecting, and today we are going to make the other bid. We are quite sure to find our other developers, because as soon as you post the bid, you have 10 requests for it. So there is plenty of choices.
Okay, so but try to plan the unexpected. So you have to consider some delay on the project. You have to consider to change a little bit requirements. You have to consider the time zone difference. So it's 1 day, but then you need the time to connect and try the application, and then ask for a kind of fine tuning of the application. So it's not 1 day. So probably
of course, indeed,
this will be 1 day. But, yeah. Okay, so let's plan all the unexpected and all the other activities that, in a way, have an effort and an impact on the timeline.
For instance, one suggestion that I gave also to Francesca some days ago was like to involve the developer inside your decision process. So you have to, in order like to meet their expectations with yours, and like to say, okay, these are the requirements that we have to satisfy. This is the amount, the maximum amount that we have. In your opinion and with your expertise, how can we find the middle way in order to satisfy both sides, like to satisfy your requirements? What can I do, or which are the requirements to clean or to simplify in order to meet their budget? and at the same time, the requirements of the Stevanato. So this is and I think this is important also, but very helpful, because you will have a feedback from the based on their expertise, and then at the same time you will have you will involve them in this process, so they will feel that they are more taken into consideration. Okay, so the next step is like you are rewriting the requirements in order to create another bid, right?
Yeah, we have already done everything. We just have to post the bid, and
okay,
we are going to make it just after this this video call.
Okay, great.
Because we wanted maybe to give you an update to what we have reached till now, and then we want to, after this video chat and after maybe the further suggestion we would have received, to post the bid in a clearer way than before, so we can, in order to enable us to find maybe straight away another developer, or even two to bargain with. But at least we found out after 3 bids that it's quite easy to find a developer. The only thing, of course, is how to explain him how to work with us and what are our requirements. But we have, I think that we are achieving some skills in bargaining, online bargaining, after 2 weeks, 2 weeks basically.
Okay, that's great. That's really great, and also interesting, because you discover, like, even if the economic amount is very limited, however, you are able to develop an application and to understand how actually works the process. Okay, great. So, and another thing, I would like to know if you have already arranged the meeting with Stevanato on 6th, and they confirmed it, because I know that there is.
Yeah, I sent an email both to Alessandro Bonesso and to Francesco Pastrello.
Okay.
And we are going to meet in Stevanato the 6th of December, next week, next Wednesday.
Okay.
He told us that it's fine and no issue. Maybe the only thing that we don't have the precise time, the specific time, so we will ask and we will send another email, or I don't know if you.
They told us in the morning, more or less.
Yeah, because there is also another group that is planning to go there on the 6th. And so you will see.
I don't know, maybe we'll go there by 10 or something. But I think I just send another email to find the right time and any problem.
Okay, good. Okay, so let's turn to other groups who would like to say your steps that you made until now.
Hello. So we are facing a problem in our group.
Okay.
That's about the bid, because we are responsible to the Spider startup.
Okay.
And to do the web crawler,
okay.
They are demanding a lot of money, and that's just a part of our project, just the web crawling.
Okay.
So the budget is kind of too low. I was looking into another freelancer in web crawling, and everybody, the bids are like higher than 100 euros.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and did you like talk with your mentor in Stevanato?
Yes,
Uh,
I think so. Let me just confirm. Francesca?
yes, we talked with Pietro,
Okay.
and Pietro told us that's the only way to do the project in a simple way and in the time we have, because otherwise we have to create on our own the database of startups,
Okay.
and that's not possible as it in this short time. So we anyway are going to post another bid on Freelancer and try to bargain as much as we can. And as you just told me the other day, ask them what they are willing to do with our budget.
Okay.
And then once we have an answer, I hope in these few days, we are going to update you about.
Okay.
So
So Stevanato is also available to increase the budget, as I understood.
oh yeah, okay, fine.
Like they need this application and they would like to develop it, and there is this limit of time and limit of budget, but the requirements are kind of standard. Another option is like once you have already bargained as much as possible with the potential web developer, you will inform Pietro and others, and Alessandro and Francesco, to say like this is the best of what we can do with this amount of money. So if you would like to have a workable application, we need a bit to increase the budget, or if you can give us some suggestions or a database for free to develop this application in order to proceed the work.
Okay, fine.
Do you have any suggestion as to how we should make our description easier so that they would accept lower price?
Yes, sure. The first one, I think that all of the three groups posted already at least one bid, right, until now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you have already received some feedback. So based on the feedback that you received until now, and you are not satisfied like with the web developer and so on, and you would like to find another one, and especially you clarified a bit your idea about the application based on the suggestions from the web developer, from the organization, from your mentor, and now you have to, let's say, recreate this bid. One possibility is to create the first phrase, which is the application. We would like to develop the application and write the first sentence about the aim of this application, how it will be used. The requirements to develop these applications are the following: 2 points, and write some bullet points, which are the core characteristics of the application. Once you wrote this one, like it needs like 5 or 7 bullet points with the core aspects of the application. After that, you like write another sentence regarding the like the target, how this application will specifically used, and that's it. So you will post it, and when like you are selecting the writing the bullet point, the characteristics of the application, I highly suggest you to check also the bits similar for other bits on the freelancer, similar to your project, in order to understand mainly which are the core aspects that other focus and which is the budget that they use. Then
I have one.
post.
One question.
Yes, sure.
Try to put the bid in another platform.
Yes, if you want, you can try.
Okay.
Yeah, it will be next exercise. So we have no problems on that. So of course it's you need more time anyway, so to check and evaluate all bits. But if you are able to manage two platforms in this short time, no problem on that.
Okay, it's because a friend of mine sent me a community of coders.
Yeah.
Reddit. I don't know if you know
Yep.
that. Yeah, he said that maybe there it would be easier to find someone willing to do this for
Okay.
the motivation without the money.
It's important in generally speaking, it's important that you have all the functionalities and the services that you can find on freelancer.com. So if
Okay.
you are just within a community of coders, for example, you don't have the other functionalities,
Okay.
I would suggest to use a more structured and professional platform.
What platform do you suggest?
Well, of course, we are using freelancer.com. So we have experience. We experimented this platform in the past. So there are others on coding that we showed into during the lectures. So you have a slide on all
Okay.
the platforms. So others, Odesk and others can be useful. But
anyone
because
any one of the others that were suggested there on the slides?
as an average, is not too much professional and not so, let's say, unstructured. So just a community of coders.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And what about like the other group, Spider HR?
Yes, we are. So we have posted a bid on Freelancer, and we had many requests. So we talked to all the possible developers in order to understand if they can do it. We have some difficulties because we don't have the knowledge to develop this app. So we don't only lack the skills, but also the knowledge. So if someone asks us about specific things of the app, of how it should work, if they should do something, we don't know how to answer. Like, we don't have a specific knowledge, so so this is a bit of a problem for us, but we are trying to manage to find someone.
So you're asking for an external consultant to support you.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult because we wrote general, like, we have an idea for the app, but we don't know if some things, for example, are possible or how they can be done. So if they ask us something specific about the database or how to fetch that data, so we have problems, like we don't know if it's possible or if
also, let me suggest you to ask some questions to Pietro at Stevanato. He's a
Yes.
great engineer, so you can.
Okay.
Yeah. you can ask some support to Pietro. He's quite available.
Okay, so
Yes,
maybe that.
our problem was about the database mainly because, as we understood, we should have a database, but we don't. So it's a little bit tricky to get data from, example, LinkedIn or other websites, because each website has a different, I don't know, way of putting data. So it would be many developers told us that it's something that takes longer, not just 1 week, for example. And that's it. And
Also, this
other things is that maybe we get wrong the fact of writing to general text for the bid, and so we have to specify for each chat, each developer, and bargain with 20 people that are answering at the same time. And yes, it was a little bit difficult.
Okay, so also in this case, you can ask to Pietro if he can upload an open source database on such server at Stevanato. Probably could be quick, could be easy, or probably not, I don't know. But also in this case, Pietro can help you.
Okay.
And we would like to ask, when are you planning to visit the company?
If it's possible, we would like to go on the 6th with the overlappers. And that would be great because we don't have lessons on Wednesday morning, and so we can arrange maybe also with others. So if someone has a need for a drive or something like that.
Okay, sure. And one thing that I would like to ask to Francesca, since her group already visited the company and they know the street, how to road, how to ride there, and where to park, maybe you can post message, not a message, I will create a space where to post which are the direction and which are the steps she needs to park and direct to the company.
Okay, fine.
Okay, others? Other problems?
Mainly this one, and of course for this reason, since we don't have a very clear things to say them, like with knowledge and skills, the possible developers don't know precisely the time and the money needed for this. So many of them told us we need more specific requests in order to understand if we can do it in how long and how much money we need to do this.
Okay, Baba, please send us your so the requirements that you wrote down, and we will review and give you some feedback.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And also write us like which are the requests or information, more information that the developers ask for you, and you are not able to answer because of the knowledge or skills. And so we will arrange like meet the middle way.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, just to answer to Julien, so we will post on the now on Moodle as other 1 or 2 platforms that you can use. So can, let's say it's certified, can be as they have the same quality of a freelancer. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Maybe we can also try to find another projects in these platforms to have comparison.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So regarding the discussion of the project, do you have other, do you need other information or other questions?
Do we need to submit to you the presentation before the 18th, or it's just about arrive with all the detail on the 18th?
Yeah, if you are able, if you have time to submit before, it would be great for us. So we can, we will have time just to reread your main, I'll say, topics.
Okay.
If not, it's not a problem. So let's discuss during the call. Okay.
Okay.
Like after the presentation, we would like to you to upload your presentation on the module.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So as you see, we are pushing you to now to study, make presentation, and etc. So the final exam will, let's say, will be now we are testing you on the learning and your progress. So the final exam will be just around the presentation, and yeah, just a few questions during the presentation. So at the end of the course, you will you have followed the course and have learned the main topics of the course, and you will you know, take the exam at the same time, I'll say.
Okay.
Okay.
Categorize like your personal experience within the main themes of the course. So why do you think that you are in this line, or you are characterized as a small medium enterprise, or which are the steps that you made, which kind of governance you followed, and so on?
Okay, so we should use also the slides of the first weeks and
yeah,
and put it on the presentation, like this is the theory and this is the example, practical example we are doing.
Yes, if you are able, yeah, will be great.
Okay.
Instead, regarding the new deadlines of the paper discussion on Monday, are you fine like with the deadline on Sunday and we will discuss it on Monday?
Yes.
Yes.
Instead, what about the second online test? It will be next Wednesday. Are you?
What time?
Yeah, we would like to ask your availability, since you are going to visit the company in the morning.
Yes, me and Barbara, after the visit, have lesson from 2 to 5:15, and yes.
Okay, then for
sorry, but do we have another online test though?
Yeah.
Other 10 questions, because we plan to have one with 20 questions, and after discussion you said that please split into two tests on 10 questions. So now we made the first one with 10 questions, and then we have the second one. It will be the last one now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But on the same chapters?
No, so the first one was more on the theoretical basis. Instead, it will also involve like your presentations that you made during the class, the presentation of the guests, the online classes, and the paper.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't understand. There are two separate tests?
No, the next test, which will be on Wednesday, or the date we have now to arrange the
okay.
your other duties, and it will be the second and the last online test, and it will be on the papers, on the online classes, on the topics covered with the guest, and some of the theoretic questions of the presentation of the first week.
Anyway, so but Christina is going to post all the stuff that will be used to make the questions. So, for example, chapter number 3, or a video with Lorenzo Pomini, or the paper on innovation and crowdsourcing, for example. So Christina will be really very detailed on the stuff that will be used to make the questionnaire. Okay, so then you know all the stuff that you need to review and reread to prepare for the questionnaire, the test.
Okay.
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 Other questions? Is okay?
Yes.
Yes.
So thank you. So let's meet virtually on Monday. And yes, now have a nice weekend.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.